a perfect system and just left it to function by itself. So he created and left.
They gave the example of, the grandfather clock, kind of, pendulum going back and forth. Once you set the clock, it will just, doing this because things are not that simple. The universe is very complicated. Imagine we have a factory and initially you set up everything and then you put the rules and then you say, okay, now I don't need any managers, I don't need any workers, I don't need anything. So this factory will just keep running, okay? No one in the world dared to do that. The factory runs, but if let's say it is that way that you cannot have new factories, you cannot have new things will be stagnant. That is, take a picture of the universe today and next year you will see the same things. But in the universe, everything is changing. Everything is changing every second. New things are happening, a new universe every day. We have, let's say, the flowers, for example, coming, blossoming. We have, let's say, the animals, let's say, the cells. Therefore, in this, sophisticated universe, just living things to themselves and hoping that they'll keep running, such things, none of them can be the making of the unconscious, non-purposive laws and forces of physics. Behind it there is intent, there is information, and there is power, which requires continual involvement.
Material scientists say this. There were many things we couldn't explain before, but science has developed and those gaps began to fill. To prove the existence of a creator, you present the arguments about things that we cannot explain now, which science might explain in the future. What do you say about this?
Let's say when it comes to life, it is non-physical, because if it were physical, we would, let's say, discover it by now. This is not to change. And as for the, let's say, explaining things, and explaining alone doesn't resolve anything. We think that, or some people think that when things are explained, it is the end of it. Knowing how, let's say, this cell phone works, an engineer can explain exactly, how this works, explains everything. But we still need to acknowledge there is a team of engineers behind it. The laws and forces of nature, they don't do purposive things. If, let's say, there is something with a purpose, performing certain functions, there is intent, will, knowledge, and power behind it. That is a being with these features. I can show you a dialysis machine, which is an artificial kidney, and I can tell you as an engineer how it is made, what the parts are, how they function. It is not the end of it. Behind that machine, there is a team of engineers who had the conception and then the design and the knowledge and the ability to